have been riddled with injury, and Dallas, we are seeing their 34th different
him at times. So I think it's going to be management, how aggressive he is to start.
Ja Morant coming into this one with 5 consecutive 20-plus games. The points department as a first attempt, no good, but the offensive rebound, Wells has been stellar for them in this season. The rookie has been a threat at both ends of the floor, as the threat indeed puts him on the board first.
I've really enjoyed watching this young man play. I mean, he is amongst the leaders in rookies' points per game. And I love his attention to detail on the defensive end. Look at him fight around the screen, trying to prevent that catch.
Defense is where Taylor Jenkins wants more from his squad, but on the other side, a big-time 3 goes up. With so many different moving pieces. Ja Morant at the room about that when he gets that deep in the paint.
Nice little entry pass. You see the speed and the burst of Ja Morant without the basketball and to the cup.
Coming off a game against OKC where he had 24 points, and here he comes down the floor, 1 to beat. Lost it momentarily, able to get it back, faked it to Edey, and couldn't complete it off the black glass. Still a battle.
The burst by Ja, they'd like to get in transition as much as possible.
Klay Thompson picking up where he left off at these type of games.
Come on, Angel. This is house money. The expectations are so far reduced because of the massive personnel losses. Let it rip.
Aldama at the rim, another body back from Memphis.
She's had a career year, Aldama. Very highly skilled.
Was inactive against OKC due to the calf. Missed the last 2 games dealing with that soreness as well, but a huge threat for them on both sides as Marshall lines it up again, and that second attempt for the Mavs outside is no good. Trail 3, Wells short. Najee Marshall at the glass and finds a
reason for the acquisition of Marshall was right there. The ability to be a secondary play creator. Now he's going to have to take more of a primary, but that's his ability off the bounce.
Scored 16 versus the Grizzlies back in their last matchup. That goes back January 6th. He was the second leading scorer for the Mavs in that game, as that was airmailed, and the Mavs will take some time bringing this up the floor. Klay Thompson, as you have Wells hovering him, bringing it up the floor, and the 3 ball from the corner, no good.
Love the ball pressure, though. That's 12 seconds of Wells just trying to make it tough on Klay.
That's another tough bucket, though. I mean, what can you do for Desmond Bane, who had a triple-double against Atlanta? It was a tough loss for them in that game, but he has been stellar for them offensively. Up the floor, Aldama couldn't get a hand on it, so that goes back to Dallas. Marshall, Max Christie still looking to get on the board, sends it to Klay Thompson. You see him posting up Wells, thinking he has the advantage. Turnaround jumper, just off the mark.
This is what I'm talking about with this young man. I mean, pressured Klay when he was the primary ball handler, then had to deal with him on the post.
Desmond Bane flips it up. Edey gets the rebound and drops that one in.
So Jaren Jackson Jr.
So the 3 ball has not fallen as of late for Dallas, as a take and...
Right, every good offensive player uses that forearm of their offhand as they go. It's just, you know, how discreetly can you do it and what's the impact of it? But I thought that was the right call.
Jack Zarba, Kogut, and Simone Jelks, the officials for tonight. As Edwards pulls up in the paint and back another.
That young man, you know, you're matching up against Zach Edey on the offensive end. You make a 3 and then the mid-range.
Has had a huge uptick in his minutes as well. Coach talked about opportunity, seizing the opportunity. He's done it, gets to the paint, more ball movement, finding Max Christie, and just short. Edwards stripped by Bane, and here comes Memphis. Aldama sends it to Ja Morant, who has not been good from the 3-point I believe Cassidy has more.
Yeah, he's still playing through a right shoulder injury, one he admitted is affecting his play. I asked him this morning how he was feeling about playing tonight, and he said, okay, telling me I know what type of player I am and how I can affect the game in different ways. And with Jaren Jackson still out with that grade 2 ankle sprain, might have to continue to fight through this injury, which I'm told is a matter of pain tolerance, and he's not in jeopardy of re-injury. He just has to navigate the soreness and deal with the frustrations of pain in his shooting arm. Angel DB?
Yeah, Cassidy, I think that's what Taylor Jenkins was telling us as well, some natural soreness. It wasn't a re-aggravation from
Again, he's just tough. He loves to play. And you think about the way he plays, how relentlessly he attacks. He's going to be open to some falling, some tough spots where you're hitting the floor hard or you're absorbing contact from a defender.
Vince Williams knocks down the triple from the corner. He's made a 3 in now 9 straight games as Max Christie almost lost the handle. Williams top of the key. Trey drains it. Zach Edey couldn't finish at the rim. Another take, no good. Scottie Pippen Jr., who has done a fabulous job in the last few games, making his mark. It was a huge boost for them as well off the bench. But Marshall, little cherry picking, finds
Shippy on one end, and look what happens. And now you get out and run off a turnover here if you're Dallas.
They thought he could find Edey up top. Instead, Marshall with back-to-back buckets. Dallas, they finish off at 3:30, and on Sunday on ESPN, the Cavs take on the Milwaukee Bucks. For more on these games, please go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. So a call for Memphis after giving up back-to-back buckets to the Mavs at the rim. Marshall is finding his groove in the paint. So far, they're trying to find some type of rhythm for themselves after back-to-back turnovers on the offensive end. Luke Kennard in the game for Memphis. John Morant off the glass and couldn't connect.
So turnovers have been an issue all year for Memphis. And Ja to start this game 1 for 6 in the paint. One opportunities with a turnover. Mavs are up 6 zip in that category. That's a little surprising as Williams gets another 3 to go.
So Dallas 3 for 8 from outside. Memphis really trying to figure out things on the defensive end, the take in the West, but for them,
One of the 3 critical pieces off them one-on-one opportunities. But great defense starts with your offense, and that means getting a quality shot. Too often they're turning it over at key points, and this is the other problem. Their defense has slipped over the last 4 weeks as well.
the offensive side was something that they didn't have to worry about, being the second best scoring team in the league. Also second best in points in the paint. We haven't seen.
So they go away, not completely. And to their credit, they're averaging 123 points per game. In the 4 losses, you got to stop it here. You're facing an undermanned Dallas team. This is a must-win if you're Memphis.
This is a team also that is the only team in this league that has scored 100 points in every game this season. So they find out different ways to score, but as you mentioned, without Jackson in the rotation, what do other players need to do is step up, especially in the absence of Kyrie Irving in the 20 starts he had coming off the bench. Desmond Bane has been all over this game for Memphis. He is a big spark for them.
I'll tell you what, this guy has just grown so tremendously. 4 rebounds, 3 assists, couple buckets. He's doing some things.
Well, they call him the flyby king for a reason. He can definitely do that as Klay Thompson. 7 on the shot clock. At the rim with a dwindling shot clock and nothing there for Dinwiddie. Looks like he got caught up with a teammate. And at the other end, Clark with the run-point game. We talked about the different things we were seeing from Memphis, but they're right in this one.
Yeah, really active possession offensively by Brandon Clark that last one. Multiples for the wear.
averaging a career-low 8 points per game. He's been looking to find ways to impact, especially in the paint. As that last bucket no good, and about 90 seconds left in this first quarter. Dinwiddie gets that one. What? Shooting 40% in this ball game. Had a stretch where they were not able to find the bottom of the rim, but Klay Thompson gets going on the right for the lay-in.
Back in the Dallas uniform, comes over in the trade, just around the trade deadline, hadn't been healthy until this point.
Getting a couple of bodies back, as Cassidy was mentioning in the open. Luke Kennard held up in the paint. 5 on the shot clock to work with. Less than a minute in this first quarter. Backdoor by Clark. The activity couldn't convert it there.
Right, tremendous find, though. How about that wraparound pass under duress of the clock? That's going to be a foul. No data point. There's been a little bit, obviously, more contact allowed in the NBA. I love the rules adjustment. I love the way it's been executed. But hey, listen, I might have been a better defender if I could do that consistently.
10 on the shot clock for Memphis. Luke Kennard off the bounce. Maybe got away with a little bit of a push-off, but Dallas sends that with a rebound. Najee Marshall gets a rebound there, as they have 5 seconds left on the game clock in this quarter. Dinwiddie sends it back out, and not enough time.